If you're currently watching this video, congrats, you're one of the lucky few. Hey guys, if you've noticed, I am back to posting videos on YouTube. It's been a long time coming, and I finally put myself in a position where I can upload again, which is super awesome. It's been a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying the kind of stuff that I've been putting out. I just want to quickly thank you guys so much for all of your sweet, sweet comments on all of my videos. It's been really, really nice, and I appreciate you guys welcoming me back. I wish that I could say that that was the topic of today's video, and that was the whole thing, was just me being like, hey guys, I'm back, I'm doing videos, blah, blah, blah. But no, unfortunately, that is not the topic of today's video because there has been a lot of less savory things going on with my YouTube channel. Now, if you did not notice that I was back, don't worry, you're not the only one. According to my recent YouTube statistics, very few people know that I'm back, and even less of them are watching my content. Now, under normal circumstances, that would be totally fine with me. You could choose whatever you want to watch. I'm subscribed to people that I don't watch every single video just because I'm not interested in every single video. That's totally fine. And I expected to not have a whole lot of people coming back to my channel after all this time, especially not in the beginning, because that's just how it is when you hiatus. Not everybody's gonna know that you're back. But I thought it was strange just how many people didn't seem to notice that I was back. And this was after I was posting to every single social media platform that I have. I was posting on my YouTube community tab, on my Twitter feed, on my Instagram stories. Every single time a video would go up, I'd be like, hey guys, here's the thumbnail, here's what it's about, here's a little clip to show you a preview of what you'll be watching. I basically did everything possible to be like, hey, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. And the numbers on the first video that I uploaded were about what I expected, but then every single video after that severely underperformed to what my expectations were. I mean, this one I literally posted 4 days ago has now broken 300 views. It's part of a series, so like, yeah, you're not gonna get as many views, but even my standalone videos, like the Sims 2 video or this viral TikToks video, barely broke 800 views. Fall Guys that I put up barely went over 500 views. And for someone who's consistently getting roughly 1,000 to 2,000 views per video previous to this, it was a little surprising. But I thought, you know what? It's just because I haven't been back in so long. There's a lot of people to choose from when it comes to content on YouTube right now, because we're all stuck at home. It makes sense that maybe not as many people would be choosing me. That is until one day when I got this comment that said, first time experiencing the not seeing a subscription in my sub box. Apparently you've been uploading for weeks. Boy, that's not something you like to hear when you're uploading again for the first time in a long time. So out of curiosity, I ran 3 different polls on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, asking people, hey, did you happen to see my uploads in your subscription feed? And across all 3 of those polls, roughly a quarter of people reported no. My videos were not showing up in their subscription box. I also got some people saying, oh, I got your videos in my sub feed, but I didn't get notifications for them, or I got the notification for it, but it's not showing up in my sub feed. And I was like, well, that's not good at all. So I sent a tweet to Team YouTube being like, hey, what's going on, guys? They asked for some info, I gave it to them. They said, go ahead and contact our creator support team, they'll help you out. So I thought, okay, I'll do what they say. If you are part of the YouTube Partner Program, there is the option to chat with YouTube support about issues that you're experiencing. So I went ahead, I had a chat with this person named Raish, not exactly sure how to pronounce their name, but I had a chat with them. They said, okay, thanks for letting us know. We'll look into this. We'll email you as soon as we have any information. It should be by the end of the day. Okay, so at this point I'm extrapolating from these polls. If a quarter of people are saying that they are not seeing my videos in just this small sample size, more than likely that means that a quarter of my subscribers are not getting my videos. And at the time of me recording this, I currently have 36,815 subscribers. This number's been fluctuating because people are realizing, oh, I'm still subscribed to her, I should unsubscribe. But there's also new people coming in. So every day it's like, but it's around 36,800 people. So if what I was hypothesizing was correct, that means that 9,200 people were not getting my videos in their subscription feed. That is a huge chunk of people. And if that was the case, then we were gonna have some problems. But I waited around, I let YouTube support do its thing, and they did get back to me. But what I got from YouTube support was very obviously a script. Rather than waste the resources looking into it with their internal team, they simply gave me a copy-paste answer, which goes something like this. We very rarely encounter an issue within our system that causes delays in the delivery of updates to the subscriptions feed. We have monitoring in place to catch issues like that. Our team continues to make additional improvements to fix it. But when they do occur, it can result in videos appearing in the subscriptions feed after a delay. Very important there, after a delay, not never, just after a delay. I'm assuming at this point then that these people are probably getting my videos, they're just not getting them immediately. They're not getting them the day that they are posted. And if that's the case, that means that my videos are most likely getting pushed down in their subscription feed because lots of people have lots of channels that they are subscribed to. That means it's already gonna be way down the sub feed by the time that they get it. Okay, Not great to hear, but let's continue. If you're seeing a lot of complaints from your audience about missing video updates, please share this information with us. A video URL that was not delivered to a user subscriber feed, and then 2 to 3 example channel URLs of users who report that they did not see the videos. Okay, so in response to that, I gave them a URL of a video that I had just put up that people had reported was not showing, 2 channel URLs of users that specifically told me I have not been seeing your videos, and then I gave the URLs of all the other videos that I had uploaded since my first one on July 27th, 2020, where I started to notice this issue. I also gave them the extra feedback of the polls. I said, here's a poll, here's the URL. This many people said that they did not see my uploads. I also did polls on Twitter and Instagram, and this many people said that they did not see my uploads. After that, Rach disappears. Rach is gone. Now we have May. May steps in for Rach, which means they're just bouncing me to whatever customer service rep is available. I don't have anyone designated. They're just giving me to whoever. And yet again, we get a very cookie cutter script response that says, I know how much time and effort you've spent to get the best content from your channel. Subscriptions are an important feature on YouTube, so we'll do our best to provide all the details here. And then they literally copy and paste the exact same word for word script that the other email had. They did mix it up a little bit here. They say, when we hear complaints from viewers that aren't seeing videos there, it's usually for one of 2 reasons. And oh my god, this boiled my blood. Number 1, if you're subscribed to a lot of channels, it's easy to miss something. Many viewers have dozens, even hundreds of subscriptions. Sometimes the video you're looking for may be hard to find among all the other subscription videos. Number 2, it's important to note that although all videos show up in the subscriptions feed, they don't all show in the home tab, you silly. All your users are just looking in the wrong place. So I posted this to Twitter being like, y'all, they think you're fucking stupid. This is what they think of you. They think that all these people who reported this are just idiots. And then they had the audacity to give me a survey and be like, did we answer your question? Now, here's the thing. If I was a bigger channel, I would not have been bounced to another rep who would give me the exact same info. That would not have happened. If I was a bigger channel, I would have a designated rep who would be the go-between between me and YouTube, and they would get things fixed for me. Now I say that, but even recently, both Critical and Markiplier had issues with YouTube that were not solved immediately by their YouTube rep. And in fact, they both got strikes on their channels before YouTube realized, oh no, we fucked up. Let's reverse that real quick. Because if these 2 big YouTubers leave our platform, we're gonna have a lot of trouble. For me, I do not get that sort of luxury of them being like, uh-oh, if she leaves, oh no, that's gonna be bad for us, because if I leave, they're like, fuck all, we don't care. All right, so YouTube's not being helpful at all, kind of as expected. But then as I'm scrolling through my channel, I happened to notice one of my older videos has 0 comments on it. To be totally truthful with you guys, I was watching my old Happy Wheels content because I just wanted to see what it looked like because I wanted to have a laugh. But I noticed that the comments on one of the videos were disabled, and I was like, that's weird. I don't remember doing that, but it is one of my first videos. Maybe some people were being dicks in the comments, so I might have turned them off a long time ago. But then as I went through and I looked at all of my old Happy Wheels stuff, like 13 out of the 15 I posted had comments disabled. And then I went and scrolled through all of my other stuff and realized there was a good handful on every page of videos that had comments disabled. I did not remember disabling comments for any of these videos. And I went through and I counted, and in total, 22 of my videos of roughly, I want to say 300-ish videos, 22 had their comments disabled, and I did not do that. So I immediately checked to make sure that comments could be re-enabled, and they were, because I've always had comments set as hold inappropriate comments. So I went back and I changed it to that on every single video, and there was no issue at all changing it back. So why was it disabled in the first place? So I did what I do best. I got mad, I went on Twitter, and I added Team YouTube again, being like, hey, what is going on here? These comments are disabled for no reason, and nobody told me. That's another thing. Nobody told me. I was not notified of this at all. I did not get any notifications. I did not get any emails. Nothing. So Team YouTube, of course, sent me the YouTube help guide, which just said, if your comment section's turned off or disabled, maybe here's why. And that literally just says they were either disabled by the creator, no, I did not do that, or they were turned off by YouTube. And it says some videos may be turned off by YouTube to protect minors. Do not post content that features minors. Okay, I never did, so ta-da! It's debunked. So I come back to them and I say, hi, my content isn't for minors, nor does it feature them. And they say, we recommend checking if your comments were temporarily turned off. Yes, they were in fact temporarily turned off. I told you that. You can update this on your video's comment settings to let comments appear on your videos again. Here's how. I know how to turn on comments. And I did. So I said all the videos with comments disabled were able to have their comments turned back on again as soon as I realized it last night, an action which I imagine would not be available if they were originally disabled by YouTube to protect minors. So I'm left wondering what happened. No response, of course. That was the last that I heard from Team YouTube. So I have not responded to this email yet, so I go ahead. I asked them, hey guys, what happened here? I was a little mad in this one at this point. So I said, thanks for your response. However, the suggested reasons you gave are not acceptable answers. I've included screenshots of the polls I put out on my socials because I don't think that they actually clicked on the URL that I gave them. So I screenshotted everything for them. I find it very difficult to believe that every person who reported this was simply missing my videos or was checking the home tab. And then in all bold, I said, on a different note, today I realized 22 of my past videos had comments disabled, and then I gave them all the URLs. I want to get to the bottom of why this occurred so that it does not happen again, because it's completely unacceptable and was not authorized by me at any point. Thank you. I did not put any sort of like, best Emily, which is usually what I put at the end. I'll be like, thank you, Emily. I'll sign something with my name. No, I didn't. I was pissed. I did not put anything of the sort here. But then one of my users, God bless him, Peter, wrote to me and he said, I rechecked my sub feed. Your video is there, but that was after a significant delay. That was big news for me because that proves exactly what they just said before, that, oh yeah, sometimes we have this bug where videos will appear later on a delay, but most of the time it doesn't happen. But here, clearly I have proof that it happened because someone's telling me. I added an update. I said, here's the URL for the community post that this was posted on. Here's the URL of the person who reported the issue. And I said, let's get this done. Send this to the internal team, please. Oh, Rach actually stepped back in here. I did not realize that. I'm so sorry, Rach. I thought that you were gone forever. Rach says, I appreciate you took the time adding the video links. Please know that I have forwarded this to our internal team. And that for me, I was like, oh my God, we might actually get somewhere. They might actually find something wrong and we'll finally get to the bottom of it. And I was very appreciative in my response. I said, thank you so much. I really appreciate you working with me. Allow me to fill in for Rach. Rach is gone again. We are on to the third person that they have bounced me to because no one wants to work with me one-on-one on this, and this time it was Nate. Nate says, we received an update from our internal team. First of all, there's a typo here, but they found out that the channels you gave who reported this were able to get notifications about the videos you've shared. Since they received the notifications, they should have the videos on their subscription feed. I just want to point out, notifications and subscription feed, not linked in any way. They're two totally different entities. I know that. You know that. Nate knows that. The internal team knows it too. Why are they telling me this? Oh, well, you got notified, so that means that it's fine. It must be there. Despite the fact that people just told me that they got notifications but no sub feed, or they got sub feed but no notification. It seems to me like those aren't linked. So I say, thanks for the update. Good to hear notifications are working. However, I'm still concerned about the fact these users reported not seeing my uploaded videos in the subscription feed at one point in time. Even if the videos were received on a delay, that's potential hours or even days where the uploads were not appearing for them. And then if we take into account all those people whose URLs I don't have, all of those people could easily be having this issue and don't have notifications. So I have no idea if they ever got the videos. And then I say what I said before. I said that based on the trend of these polls, it sounds like 25% of the people who are subscribed to me are not getting these videos. the next thing I did, I don't actually know exactly how the algorithm works. I don't think anybody knows. I don't think even Nate or anyone on the Google team knows. But I gave a little bit of a nod here that was basically said, you know something's happening, I know something's happening, let's cut the bullshit. I said, as I understand it, the algorithm will stop pushing content to some subscribers if they aren't engaging consistently with a specific channel, which I have heard in the past. Again, don't know if it's real, but if I have heard it from several people, that means there may be a grain of truth to it. I said, seeing as I have had several hiatuses, meaning very few people have engaged with my content on a regular basis in a long while, I'm inclined to believe that YouTube has essentially shelved my channel at this point now. This is a very, very important thing that I wrote here. This wording specifically, YouTube has shelved my channel, because this will come back. I said, correct me if I'm wrong, because I would love to be wrong. But if I'm not wrong, that this is an issue and we need to fix it. Also, if you notice, they did not say a single thing about the 22 videos that had the disabled comments. In this last email, they did not say a single thing about it. They completely skipped over it. And I was like, hey, by the way, I also want to know what the heck happened there. Like, that was not answered. Maybe tell me? And I gave them a little bit, I threw them a little bit of a bone, and I said, by the way, YouTube support on Twitter said it may be related to minors. There's nothing in my videos that would indicate it's for minors, so we have a problem here. And then God bless him, for the first time since this whole debacle started, I got a human reply. It was not a copy paste. It was not a basic script answer. I actually got a real reply from Nate. And I was excited because that was actually like pretty promising. Pat on the back for Nate. God bless him, he tried. But no. None of it was what I wanted. In line with the videos not being available in the subscriptions feed of your subscribers, I must agree with the attached files you shared where it shows the percentage of people who didn't get your videos in their feeds. So he acknowledges the stuff that I showed him. Yes, it's about 25%. However, we need to get proof that the ones who answered didn't receive the videos are a subscriber of your channel. He basically goes on to say people who have been engaging with your videos could have seen your poll but weren't subscribed, and they could have answered that they did not see the video because they weren't subscribed, which again, assuming people are stupid, and says this is why we need proof that they are subscribed to your channel and that your videos are not in their feeds. So basically, Nate is asking me to do the impossible, to track down 30 plus URLs of people who answered that they did not see my videos in their subscription feed. He wants me to corral all these people together and get their info to send. But he neglects to mention the people that I did give the URLs for who already were proven to be subscribed. And then the next part, the next part's a doozy. He then goes on to basically talk about the YouTube homepage again and how people who aren't subscribed to you may see your videos. Just talking about people who aren't subscribed to me, even though that's not part of the issue right now. But then he says YouTube doesn't shelf channels or anything related to this. That's how I knew this was a legit human answer, was he used my exact wording. But then Nate goes on to say, we always suggest your videos to your subscribers and potential viewers. However, you have to keep in mind that content is important because this is what will make the viewers decide whether to watch your content or not. On our end, viewers' behavior is uncontrollable. Honey, I never said a thing about views. I never said one thing about people not watching my content. I asked about the sub feed. I think you went to my channel, you saw that I was getting less views on my recent videos than in my past videos, just assumed that I was mad about the fact that people weren't watching me. I never stated one time that I was upset with the fact that I was not getting views. If people want to watch me, that is their choice. That is their discretion. If you want to watch my recent stuff, you can. If it interests you, go ahead. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'm upset with the fact that potentially a quarter of my subscriber base has not been given the option to watch these videos because they don't exist to them. They don't show up for them. Or they show up on a delay and they don't see them because they're pushed too far down their subscription feed by the time that they get them. I am not mad about the fact that I'm not getting the views. Like, yeah, it's nice to have more people watching because that means that people are engaging with my content and they enjoy it. But I did not ever specify that that was something that I was upset about. You assumed it, and you said it was my fault. You said it was my fault that my content was not compelling enough so people weren't watching it. Honey, I never said a single thing about people not watching my content. That was all you. That really got me. That really got me because he said it was my fault for something I was not even trying to address. I was not even trying to bring to the table. He did give me some answers on the child safety policy. To me, it sounds like the reason why my comments were disabled were because the machine determined that they were not suitable for minors because there might have been a minor featured in it. This means it was an issue on the machine's end. I cannot fault customer support for that. It fucking sucks and it shouldn't have happened, but it sounds like it was an issue with the machine and it was an issue with their policy. Can't be mad at Nate for that. He just told me what I had to know. The fact that he brought up people watching my content, let's just say I was a little bit pissed. So I decided that the only way that I could get any further with this would be if I used the data that was afforded to me, which was impressions data. Nothing to do with views. Impressions is what happens when you publish a video and it gets pushed out to people. That can include a video getting recommended to people, or it can just include a video being put on notifications, being put on the subfeed. Unfortunately, impressions did not come about until January 1st, 2018, and I have had many hiatuses, so the best time frame that I could find that would be similar to what I would expect from my videos now was between March 9th, 2018 and October 2nd, 2018 when I posted 6 videos, not including my compilation reel and just something that said, hey, I have a birthday party on Twitch. So I was mostly streaming on Twitch at this point. I was not really uploading any videos. So those videos did not get a whole lot of views because not a lot of people knew that I was uploading or anything like that, but it still got a decent amount of impressions, about the amount of impressions that I expected from my most recent videos. Even if people weren't watching, they were still seeing it on their sub feed. So I went ahead and for each of these videos, I looked at the analytics for the first day after the video was published. Now this particular video got 7,000 impressions in its first day, which means probably 7,000 subbed people saw this on their feed. Because it's pretty unlikely, unless you're like a big channel, it's got a lot of momentum, YouTube's probably not going to recommend your stuff the very first day that you upload it. So I went ahead and I collected all the data from these videos for the very first day that they were uploaded. I averaged it out to find generally the amount of impressions per video per first day. So that came out to roughly 6,200-ish average impressions per video for the first day. And then I went ahead and I did that exact same thing for all the videos that I had uploaded since July 27th, 2020. Now, to give you an example, this first video that I uploaded on July 27th, the first one of the new videos, only got 4,500-ish impressions on the first day, which means within 24 hours, this video was only pushed out to 4,500 people. So I did the same thing, I averaged it out, and for the first day for each of these videos, they all got roughly 4,460 impressions. That means that on average, 1,740 impressions were missing, which, surprise, surprise, is a quarter of the amount of impressions that were previously per video for the first day. What? The data adds up? That means a quarter of my subs were not getting impressions of these videos. What sucks and would have helped me immensely is if there was a metric for impressions by subscriber status, which unfortunately does not exist. So I cannot use that data. However, where did those impressions go? Now, if you're saying, oh, maybe a bunch of people unsubscribed and that's the reason. Okay, I looked into that because yes, I have been getting a lot of people who have unsubscribed between that time frame and the current time frame because people just lose interest, whatever, for whatever reason. So the last video of that hiatus that I had was published October 2nd, 2018. And then the date of the first video of my recent videos was, like I said, July 27th, 2020. So in that time, I lost roughly 1,300 subscribers, which I looked into it further, and the number is actually 1,260 subscribers lost. And just in case, I looked into it to see how many subscribers I've lost between the last video of that hiatus and now. And that amount of subscribers was only roughly 1,400 subscribers, which at the time of researching this, it was 1,365 subscribers lost. It is very, very unlikely that all of the people who unsubscribed would have seen the videos the very first day, because many people would see it the next day or even a week after in their sub feed. Like, there's no way that it was those specific users who chose to unsubscribe that were the people who would have seen it in their sub feed. And if we're going by percentages, 1,365 out of 36,811 subscribers, which was when I researched this, is not a quarter, it's 3%. So going by that, the loss in subs would mean that roughly 185 impressions would be lost, not almost 2,000. You know, to be generous, we'll say 200 impressions. It doesn't matter, it's not the same. So if we subtract those impressions, it's like 1,500. So what happened to the other 1,500? So I sent these stats to Nate and I said, hey, here's all this data. By the way, I have not lost 25% of my subscriber base. So clearly there's an issue here. And that's where we leave off. That was 19 hours ago I sent that, have not had a response since then. They have not fixed my issue. They are just basically giving excuses as to what it could potentially be. Nobody really wants to admit that there might be a bug happening, even though literally they said it could cause a delay. And then I gave them proof that it caused a delay. And they're like, no, that must be something wrong with your content. And like, to you and me, this probably looks very straightforward. And like, yeah, it makes sense based on the impression data, based on the polls that I've given, everything is 25%. It has to make sense because it just does. That's how data works. It's not like, oh, people saw it, they just chose not to click on it. Like, no, if there's 25% less impressions, that means 25% less people saw it. And the thing is, like, if I was a bigger creator, this would have been fixed in a day, maybe. Or at least I would have gotten some sort of an answer more than just cookie cutter in a day. It took me 5 days just to get to this point, and funnily enough, the only reason that I can even contact these people is because I'm part of the YouTube Partner Program, which does not really feel like I am right now. They're not really giving me the support that they should. And you know what's even crazier? As I was talking to Lauren Z-Side about this, because I do some work with her, she's one of my clients, I was basically just lamenting all the issues that I was having. And she said to me this morning, she says, geez, that sucks. I will say that even when I had issues like the sub feed and notifications not working, I would also get some copy-paste answer. Lauren Z-Side has millions of subscribers. She has a dedicated YouTube rep. She should have gotten an answer for this, and even she can't get it. YouTube, it's just a joke. YouTube creator support for small creators, and apparently even for big creators, is just garbage. So as of right now, as far as I know, still 25% of my subscriber base is not getting my videos in their subscriber feed. And more than likely, you will not see this video if you are in that 25%, so I'm sorry, sucks for you. So I guess if you want to know what the heck I'm doing and you actually happen to see this video and got through the whole thing, make sure you hit the notification bell. I never ever do these calls to action, but like apparently it's the only thing that you can rely on. Even then, some people said they weren't getting notifications, so it's possible that this bug may never be fixed. It sounds to me like the internal team does not really care. If they gave an answer like that, even with the impressions data, I highly doubt they're gonna look into it. I gave them everything I got, basically. If they decide that I'm not worth helping, then I am not worth helping, and that's it. I'm just not worth it to YouTube, so. If you are a small creator who is having this same issue, let me know, because I would love to know if anybody else is having the same problem. This subfeed has been notorious for being shit forever, but it really, really stings when you're trying to get back into something that you love and that you want to share with people, and YouTube isn't even giving the option to share it with a quarter of the people who want to see what you do, so it sucks. If you are a small creator and you're having this issue, share this video around. Let's raise some hell, seriously. Like, obviously it's impossible to get to everyone's issue, but stop treating us like we're stupid. Stop treating our subscribers like they're stupid. Like, oh, they probably didn't see it. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, well, your content wasn't good enough to watch, so that's the reason. Fuck you. These copy-paste, like, robot answers just are not helpful, and us giving you like legit data doesn't seem to do much either, so it's a joke. It's just a big joke. I don't know how to end this video. I'm very mad. I will keep you guys updated on whether or not YouTube actually gets back to me on this. If you want to see me rant about it on my Twitter, feel free to follow me there. If you somehow found this video and you are not subscribed to me, feel free to subscribe. Maybe you'll get my content. I'm laughing, but I'm sad. Anyways, despite all these issues with YouTube, I will still be posting every single week. Currently, I'm only able to post about once to twice a week just because I have other life obligations to deal with. But I hope that you guys enjoy what I've been putting out. I hope that you will enjoy the videos I'm putting out in the future. If you got this far in the video, dude, comment butts down below. Give me that sweet comment that just says butts. Let me know you got this far. I want to know how many people actually made it to the end. I'll try to do my regular outro, but I'm really pissed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Maybe if you happen to be one of the people who sees it. Bye. Oh, hey there. Editing Emily here. I got this email about 20 minutes after I finished the rough cuts for this very video, so I thought, why not share this response? I did get Nate again. Nate actually did not disappear like I thought he would. However, Nate is now telling me that we're not asking that you send all the channel URLs, just 3 to 5 samples and a video clip. Why didn't you tell me this before, Nate? Especially now that you're saying that it'll be asked by the team, so you need that information to shorten the timeline. That sounds like it's pretty important, and probably something that I should have been told early on. In fact, I was only told that I needed 2 to 3 examples and no video clip. He then goes on to try to school me on impressions. He says, in line with the impression, I want to let you know how this metric works. Tell me, Nate. Tell me all about it. An impression is counted when a video thumbnail is shown to someone on YouTube. Yes, I had gathered that. Impressions are only counted if the thumbnail is shown for more than 1 second and at least 50% of the thumbnail is visible on the screen. Well, I certainly hope if it's in the subfeed that they can see the thumbnail. I can't imagine that they would scroll past it that quickly, even on mobile, that it would be, you know, a second or less. Additionally, impressions are only counted when your thumbnail is shown certain places, for example, YouTube search results. Does that also count the subfeed? Not when your thumbnail is shown on a different website. Okay, but subfeed? Then he goes on to say, see details of where impressions are counted below, and then doesn't give me anything. Then Nate shows his true deck of cards. This is different from your views. I'd like to see if that's what you're referring to. Oh, so it's true, Nate. You were worried about my views rather than my subfeed, even though I never said anything about it. If yes, I'd like to refer you to our experts. Yes, I'm sure they will definitely help me out with this problem. The clincher, to close it all out, can you share the video IDs of those that were affected by disabling comments? Nate, I did that 2 emails ago. Where you been, buddy? I'm going in circles. This is not helpful. Or it's very helpful because I didn't actually know that I needed 3 to 5 samples in a video clip. Where did that come from? Yes, I know what impressions are. No, I'm not mistaking them for views. I'm not totally stupid, Nate. Come on, buddy. I wish that I had a better ending to this video, but I don't. That's it. That's the whole thing. We still have gotten nowhere. Maybe once I send them 3 to 5 samples in a video clip, no idea where I'm gonna get that from, but maybe if that happens, then we'll finally get somewhere. That's all I got, so thank you and goodbye.